Most people don't know what's holding them back, but you do because you listen to me, Sam, your self-care guru and journal junkie. Welcome to Journal Entries, your safe place where you can tune in weekly to get tips, tricks, and journal prompts to uncover your feelings, gain clarity, and make your move. Welcome to your 5-minute journal session. Today we're doing something super powerful. We're catching your sneaky saboteurs, those self-sabotage patterns in action. First and foremost, as always, release any expectations that you're coming into this with. There's no right answer or wrong answer. There's no specific length that you should be writing. There's no need to have perfect formatting or correct grammar. No one else is going to read this except for you. This is your time showing up for yourself, whether you are writing this down in your journal, the notes app of your phone, or even just thinking through it as you are doing laundry or driving. So first, take a deep breath with me, filling your belly and then your chest with air, and release. You know that thing that you want to do? You keep saying that you want to do it, but somehow you never get around to it. Maybe for you, it's speaking up in meetings or starting a certain project, having a conversation that you've been putting off, or reading a book at night instead of scrolling your phone. Today, we're going to understand what's really holding you back. Our first prompt: think of something that you've been wanting to do but keep putting off. Or think of a feeling that you want to have, but you haven't prioritized doing anything different to feel that way. What is that thing? And what's the story you tell yourself about why you can't do it now? Our next prompt: when you picture yourself actually doing this thing or actually feeling this ideal way, what emotions or physical sensations come up in your body? For me, what just came up, I first wrote down resistance, right? There's that thing that's always stopping us, which is the sabotage pattern. But then after that, I wrote happiness and relief. It's always worth it to push through and to also just sit in the emotions that are coming up for you to see what else might be there. Our last prompt: what would become possible if you released this story around why you can't feel the way you want to feel or do the thing that you want to do, and you took one tiny step forward today? A little bonus is, what could you actually do today to get closer to it? But ultimately, what would become possible if you just went for it? Take a few more moments to finish your thought. I want to let you know that there's actually 10 different sabotage patterns that show up in everybody's life, and it is the root of all stress and overwhelm. And these are also subconscious. We're not doing these on an intentional basis every single day. I'll include the quiz in my show notes so that you can actually go take a quiz and see what your specific sabotage patterns are strongest for you, which ones show up the most. But to give you an idea, they are things like people pleasing, overthinking, restless and jumping from thing to thing, hyperachieving. All of these things we talk ourselves into being like good things and that we're helpful and that people like us because of these things and that we're a hard worker. But in reality, these are the things that get in the way of our peace and connection with our kids and with our family and friends and all of the things that we actually want. So take that quiz if you're interested in that. Also, I just opened up 6 spots to my spring round of the Self-Sabotage Detox. So if you really want to go into exploring your sabotage patterns and working through them in real time, click on the link in the show notes for that. That's where I'm guiding women towards breaking free from all of those cycles that get in the way of the feelings, the successes, the relationships, and the life that you deserve. And if you just really resonate with this style of journaling and going deeper than surface level, I'd love to invite you to my 5-day challenge. It's completely free, called the Calm Mind Blueprint. You're going to get 5 days of a 2-minute journal prompt along with a private podcast where I guide you through each of the prompts each day. I'll include that 3rd link in the show notes, so check that out if you want a little challenge for yourself. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's journal entry. I love connecting with my listeners, so make sure you screenshot this episode and tag me on Instagram at samantha.s.says so I know you're listening. And don't forget to grab your free training and journal prompts at www.samanthapenkoff.com/podcast.